Good morning, love bugs. It's Trey Moon Goddess, and in the last video that I posted, I talked about how to use sex for practical magic, and in that video I talked a lot about using female orgasms to release. And in this video I kind of want to give you other practical tools that you can use to release that stored energy that you have in your sacral chakra in your womb. Especially with the supermoon coming up and it being the largest moon that we've had in the last 70 years. Tonight, tomorrow night, all the way up until Wednesday night is going to be a great time to release that stored energy. And so again, I just wanted to give you all a couple of different ways to do so. And so today's video, we're going to cover spiritual baths and how to use baths to release energy. We're going to cover Yoni Steaming, and yes, I'm going to give you all a list of really great herbs to use. And I'm also going to cover some stones and crystals that you can use to clear that energy. And so I'm going to start with spiritual baths because those are the easiest. And so the first thing that I want to show you all that I use, is my pink Himalayan sea salt. And so actually this right here in this bag is enough for one bath. As you see, I've run out. Usually when I go to the store, I buy this by the pound, and that gives me several, baths that I can take. But this will be used tonight as I prepare for the full moon. And pink Himalayan sea salt is really great because it removes toxins from your body. So when you're running your bath water, put that in the bath and just sit. I would say, at least 20 to 30 minutes, sit in the bath and just, let that remove all of the toxins that you've stored in your body. Something else that I put in the bath with the pink Himalayan sea salt is a version of Florida water, which is a water that is used to purify, cleanse. Not all the time you can find Florida water in your local stores. This is the brand that my store sells, but it has the same ingredients, same content. It's just a different name because it's made by a different company. Something else that I use in my bath are essential oils. So this is peppermint essential oil. Let's see if you can see. And so I will put about 10 drops of peppermint in there. And this is rosemary essential oil. I don't know if you can see the sign, but yeah. Rosemary, I will put about 5 to 10 drops of rosemary, and then lastly, eucalyptus. And again, I'll put 5 to 10 drops of eucalyptus. The peppermint is used for mental clarity. So while you're sitting there in your bath and you're having all these toxins released, the peppermint is going to help you just to gain clarity on, what's going on in your body, what's going on with your womb, what you need to be focusing on to release into the water. The rosemary is going to purify your blood. So again, it's going to kind of do what the pink Himalayan sea salt is doing. It's going to help you release those toxins. It's going to pull those toxins out of your blood. It's going to help you circulate old fluids to get that stuff out and into the water. And I'm going to get more into what rosemary does when I talk about the actual herbs. And then, what was the other one? Oh, the eucalyptus is also good for mental clarity and just clearing out stuff. It actually has other medicinal purposes that I use it for that is not related to my sacral chakra, but I always use it in my spiritual bath. And so the thing with the bath, again, put all your ingredients in the water while it's running. I'm a pretty tall person, so I am not able to like get water that comes all the way up to here. I'm jealous of people who can. But I really do try to make sure that like all of my body gets covered in the water. So like if I have to slouch down for a little while, you want the water to touch as much of your body as possible. And at the ends of your bath, yes, in my bath, I actually do bathe. I have organic soap that I use. I like to use all natural soap. I'm not a person who is like, I need something that comes out of Target, Walmart, somebody's store that's been manufactured. I have a black-owned business that I actually purchase my soaps from, so I bathe in my soap, cleansing everything off. And then when I rinse off, like, I sit in the water. This is key. When you let the water out the tub, you're going to sit there and you're going to release all the negative stuff, all the negative energy, all the negative thoughts, anything that you want to release it into the water. Release it, like send it down the drain with the water. Let it go down the drain. Watch the water go down the drain. You're going to want to chant. Chant what you're trying to release. Like verbally out your mouth, send it down the drain and send it away. And do not get out of the water until all the water has went down the drain. You want all the water going down the drain. Once the water has gone down the drain, get out the tub. Do not dry off. Pink Himalayan sea salts, as well as Florida water, will stay. Like it will continue to work even after you've gotten out of the bath. So you don't dry off. Like you can wrap up in a towel, lay across the bed, air dry for like another 10 minutes and go to bed. Like rest, relax, like you just released a whole bunch of shit. Get some rest in and let your body like heal itself naturally overnight and wake up in the morning and see how you feel. I do at least one bath a month. I do one for the full moon. Depending on the energy that I've been working with. If I've been doing a lot of work and I have a lot of energy that I need to release, I'll do another bath, at any time that I just feel the need to release some energy. So this is not something that you have to do just during the full moon. Some people do it during the new moon to prepare for their new moon ritual. They want to release all the bullshit before they get to asking for new stuff and making new intentions. So there's no specific time that you have to do this ritual bath. It's just a great bath to do. The next thing I want to get into is Yoni steaming. And ladies, this is the real deal. This is some shit like my first Yoni steam. I promise. I was like, why have I not been doing this all my life? It is a spiritual experience. So for Yoni steam, no, you don't have to go out and buy like a fancy chair and a whole bunch of shit. I'm going to tell you things that you can get from the store and how to do this at home. One thing you're going to need is a pot that fits into your toilet. So for me, that's like my Dutch oven. My Dutch oven, I can sit it in the toilet and sit down and sit on it, and the pot's not going to move anything. So I have a Dutch oven specifically for my Yoni steams. I went and bought a cheap one from Walmart. It was like $5. And I used that. I also have a blanket that I wrap around my body, and you have to make sure that the blanket comes to the floor to keep the steam from escaping from out the toilet. I will say, before you start your Yoni steam, before you put your pot in your toilet, clean your toilet. You don't want that negative energy that's from the waste that you eliminate from your body to seep into your womb while you're doing this. So I always clean my toilet before and after I Yoni steam. I'm going to go through, and I have a list of herbs in here that I'm going to go through and talk to you all about that are really great for Yoni steaming. I will say that you will need about a cup of herbs, and you can use anywhere from 1 to 5 herbs is recommended in Yoni Steaming. So I'm going to go through the list and kind of talk about their properties and talk about ones that I use the most. I actually have some laid out on the other side of the room that I'm going to show you all that I use. So the first herb that I have listed is lavender. And lavender, it cleanses and creates healthy uterine function. It relaxes your muscles and it reduces stress. So lavender is also, you know, it is amazing. Like, a lot of people use it to help them go to sleep. A lot of people already use it just for other purposes, but it is really great for your womb. Excuse me, and helping your womb to just relax and all of that stored stress that you have in your womb, like to release that stress. Because believe it or not, if you're feeling stressed out, you're storing that stress in your womb. The second one, which is one of my favorites, I actually have it starred in my book, is rosemary. And the reason that rosemary is great, and I think that if you're doing a Yoni steam for the first time and you're doing a release for the first time, a rosemary is a must, is because rosemary purifies the blood and the womb. So rosemary is going to release and remove all of those toxins that you have stored up in your womb. And again, it's going to do that by circulating the old fluids and the old blood. And I'm going to take a minute to make a note here. Do not use essential oils in your Yoni steam. Do not use essential oils in your Yoni steam. Essential oils are too strong for the delicate skin in your Yoni. Don't do that. Please don't. When I say use lavender and rosemary and peppermint and all of these other things, I'm talking about the actual herb, not the essential oil. So you're going to get rosemary, the actual herb, and put that into your Yoni steam. Rosemary also prevents damage to the womb caused by stress. So that stress that the lavender is removing, rosemary is going to prevent your womb from even storing that stress in the first place. Rosemary is also antiviral, antibacterial, antioxidant, and anti-carcinogenic, meaning rosemary can prevent you from getting uterine, cervical, and all of those cancers of the lady parts. Like, rosemary is great in preventing those things. And if you've ever had an abnormal pap smear, if you've ever had a doctor tell you that you have ailments and things going on down there, rosemary is great to help you just restore the health of your womb, restore all of that, remove all of that energy, remove all of the bacteria, all of the cancer causing agents, get all of that out of your body. So rosemary is number one in a must-have for a Yoni steam. Peppermint, again, I'm talking about peppermint, the herb, and not peppermint essential oil, helps to restore and enhance energy. It is also a muscle relaxant. So again, peppermint is going to help that womb to relax so that you can release anything that you have stored up in there and that you have been holding on to. Lemon balm is an antiviral, and it is actually great for the treatment and curing of herpes. And I know a lot of people don't want to talk about STDs and taboo STDs, especially things like herpes, which doctors have said it's incurable and you can't get rid of it. Don't believe that bullshit. Like, nothing is uncurable around here. It's just that they want your money. They want you to go out and pay for your Valtrex every month. They want you to go out and pay for your over-the-counter treatments for your mouth, your cold sores and your mouth sores and your canker sores. They just want your money. That shit is curable. You don't have to keep that shit in your body. And lemon balm is a great way to help treat that and help get rid of that. Lemon balm is also a muscle relaxer. It increases mental clarity and concentration. So this is something that, you know, if you're going to do a Yoni steam, one, you're already going to be sitting there 20, 30, 45 minutes. So put some lemon balm in there and sit there and meditate. Like, it's going to help, you know, get you that mental clarity that you need, maybe open up that third eye a little bit, and, you know, reveal some stuff to you while you're sitting there. The next one is dandelion, and Dandelion, like rosemary, to me is like a must-have because it detoxes and it stimulates the womb. So anything that detoxes for this first Yoni Steam is going to be a must-have for me. Rosemary is a lot easier to find than dandelion, especially if you don't know where your herbal store is or where an apothecary is in your town. Like, you can go to the grocery store and pick up rosemary, whereas you can't get to the grocery store to pick up dandelion. Dandelion also clears out your urinary tract system and your liver. So if you like to partake in alcohol and things that are damaging to your liver, dandelion is a good herb to use to go ahead and clear out that damage. Number 6 on my list is marigold, which is an antioxidant. It is an anti-inflammatory and it speeds up healing. So if you're releasing this fuck nigga shit that you got stored up in your womb and you're trying to speed up the process of healing your womb and healing yourself and healing your energy, marigold is a good thing to kind of get that process going. It is also anti-carcinogenic, which means it's good for treating those cancer or preventing those cancer-causing agents that are in your body. And it increases blood flow. So if you have dysmenorrhea or amenorrhea, your cycle is not regular, marigold is a good herb that will help to increase your blood flow and bring on your cycle. And I'm going to take a minute because I'm still recovering and I need some drink. Okay. Burdock root. This is another one like marigold and rosemary. It's a purifier. So burdock root purifies your blood and it removes the toxins from your body. So this is another good one that you're going to get when you're trying to release energy and release just stored up junk in your womb. That's going to help your womb to feel better. Chamomile is an anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antifungal herb that is going to relieve stress. I know a lot of people love chamomile tea. It is so relaxing. Like, it's something really great to drink at night before you go to bed. Add a little lavender, get some great sleep. Like lavender, it is going to help remove that stored stress that is going on in your womb. Just how it relaxes you and help you rest and help you sleep, it's going to do the same thing for your womb. It's going to help your womb to relax. It's going to help your womb to rest, which it needs to heal from all the fuck shit that you got stored in it. Red raspberry leaf. I love red raspberry leaf. Red raspberry leaf really helped me with my cramps in my cycle. I drank it as an actual tea, like before my cycle would come on. Red raspberry leaf is great for cramps. It relaxes the uterus. It reduces any inflammation that you may have in your uterus. So drinking it as a tea is amazing. Putting it in a Yoni Steam is even more amazing. I love how relaxed that I feel with it. I love how it makes my uterus feel. It's a favorite. It's easier to find in places like Vitamin Shop. They will have like red raspberry leaf tea in the tea bags. If you can't necessarily find it in the grocery store, you can just cut the tea bag open, drop those contents into your herb mixture for your Yoni Steam, and that's the easy way to get it without having to like order it off of line or Amazon or somewhere. Again, this is if you don't have access to a local herb shop or apothecary. Juniper is antibacterial, antiviral, antiseptic, and it stimulates the kidneys and disinfects the urinary tract system. So juniper is really good if you have like a urinary tract infection, the beginnings of one, and you want to do a Yoni Steam to kind of help your body heal from that, or use it in conjunction with, you know, whatever medicine that your doctor gives you for your urinary tract infection. Juniper is really great for the urinary tract system, and you don't want to forget about the urinary tract system when you're focusing on your womb, because all of that is down there together. So you want to heal all of that together. You want your body to be able to eliminate the waste that you put in your body in a healthy way, just like you want your womb to be able to release all of the shit that you put in it in a healthy way. Motherwort relieves anxiety, it decreases cramps, it improves fertility, it regulates your cycle. So this is one of the ones that is going to, again, if you have amenorrhea or dysmenorrhea, motherwort will bring your cycle on. It strengthens and relaxes uterine muscles. So motherwort is one of those things that are really good for like a real good, strong orgasm. So if you're trying to like increase the strength of your orgasm, for a ritual that you're doing, or a release that you're doing with your orgasm, using motherwort in a yoni steam before you do the orgasm will help you release even more, because it will intensify that orgasm. Peony is antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, antifungal, and this is another purifier. So peony will help to release and remove those toxins that you have in your blood, that you have in your womb. And it also reduces cramps. Dong Quai. This is another must for me. Dong Quai increases sexual desire. Like, this is like the women's version of Viagra, kinda. It like, or ginseng, that's what I'm looking for. It's the women's version of ginseng. Like, it gives you like that sexual energy. It helps to relieve cramps. It increases blood flow to your uterus, and it helps your uterus to relax. So it's bringing in like the good blood. It's helping you to relax. It's increasing your desire to have sex or your desire to orgasm. So this is always a plus for me. Something that you should have in your cabinet: basil. Basil regulates your cycle. It stimulates your immune system. It is antiseptic. If you have a yeast infection, basil is good because it reduces the itching, and basil, like Dong Quai, it increases that blood flow, so it can increase that orgasm. Oregano promotes menstruation. So oregano, again, is going to regulate that cycle. If you have amenorrhea, dysmenorrhea, oregano is going to bring your cycle on. It's antifungal, which means it's good for treating yeast infections, and it's antimicrobial, which means it's going to destroy those bad bacteria that you have, so it's good for that vaginitis, vaginosis. Sage. Anybody who works in the spirit realm, does spirit work, knows sage is like key, essential, like the very first thing you should go out and buy is some sage. And sage comes in different forms. There is herbal sage, there is sage incense sticks, there is sage smudge sticks. I have them all. Sage, I sage my house all the time. Sage cleanses and purifies. It's going to cleanse and purify all the junk. It is going to stimulate the uterus. It is anti-inflammatory. It relaxes your muscles. It's antibacterial, and it's antiseptic. Please, if you don't buy anything else, buy some sage and some rosemary. Witch hazel is an astringent. And no, I'm not talking about witch hazel that's over in the pharmacy section in the bottle. No, I'm actually talking about the herb. It cleanses the blood. It's anti-inflammatory. And it decreases blood flow. So witch hazel is really good for someone who has like super, super heavy periods, and you're going through cups and you're going through pads. And please, please, I hate pads. I hate tampons. I hate anything that's putting chemicals into my body. I use a cup, but if you use pads, tampons, if you're going through a lot of those and your bleeding is really heavy, witch hazel is really good for decreasing that blood flow. Yarrow regulates menstrual bleeding. So again, like witch hazel, it's going to decrease the blood flow and is good for someone who has heavy bleeding. It's antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, and it's an astringent. Plantain and not the plantains that you eat, but the actual leaf that grows with the fruit is what I'm talking about here. Is antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, and it removes those toxins from the body. Damiana, this is another like favorite of mine. It's really, really hard to find unless you have a herb shop or apothecary in your town. But Damiana increases sexual desire. It brings oxygen into the womb. It is a urinary antiseptic, which means it's going to clean out the urinary tract system. It fights depression and it increases energy. As someone who suffers from depression as well as panic disorder, Damiana is like a really good friend of mine. It helps me get out of that funk when I am feeling low, and it allows me to function and go about my day. And it allows me, when I am in one of my depressive states, to still have the desire to have sex with my partner and to be intimate with my partner, because that really, really helps me bring in his energy and his positive energy and to get me out of that depressive state. Rose hip. So rose is amazing. I love rose. And rose hip is that, it's inside the bud. So it's not the leaves or the petal, but it's the actual fruit inside the rose. And it is an astringent. It is anti-inflammatory. It strengthens the immune system. Like, rose hip has so much vitamin C in it. It is really, really good for the immune system. And it's anti-carcinogenic, which means it's going to fight against those cancer-causing agents that are, would cause those abnormal pap smears and cancers of the female reproductive organs. And last but not least is cinnamon. And cinnamon cures urinary infections, and it also is good for treating yeast infections. And so, real quick, ooh, I'm old, y'all. I'm just going to show you all like some of my collection. So this is my red raspberry leaf. Let's see, there you go. That I got from my herb shop. So this is what it looks like. This is my lemon balm. My sage, which is, again, my must-have. This is my lavender, just so you can see what the actual herb looks like. This is my rose hip. And as you can see, like, I ordered all of these in ounces, and you see how small rose hip is, but just a little bit is very, very powerful. So you don't really need a whole lot of this. This is my holy basil. And I use this not only in my Yoni steams, I actually cook with this. This is witch hazel. So when I was talking earlier about witch hazel, this is the witch hazel that I was talking about. And cinnamon sticks. And no, I did not get my cinnamon sticks from the herb shop. I didn't have time to run over there, so I went to the grocery store. And I also want to share with you this little device. So I have had this thing for a very long time. And when I started Yoni Steaming, I was like, well, I don't have any mesh bags or I don't have any tea bags. And so how am I going to get a whole cup of herbs into my water? And so this little thing has been in my cabinet for forever. And I figured out how to use this little thing. So I'm actually going to kind of put it on the bed. So it opens up, and it opens all the way up. But usually when I want to put my herbs in it, I drop it in the pot of water, like once the water is boiling, and I leave it like this, and I pour my cup of herbs in it. And before I drop it into the pot, I attach this little thing, because this helps you to get it out the water really easy. And it just screws in. Yeah, me with my nails. and trying to hold the camera. There we go. So it screws in like that, and you put your herbs in, and then you close your herbs up. But before you close it up, make sure that, and so you close this up, and it closes up like this, and it's in your pot, and this is how you let your herbs steep into the water. And so you can steep, I steep for like 15 minutes. Like I'll steep, and then I'll go clean out my toilet and take everything in the bathroom that I need for my Yoni steam, like my time with myself. And then I come back, and like I will take a fork or a knife or something and just pull it out of the pot like that and sit it away. And then I will take my water upstairs. So that's that little nifty device. You can buy this. This came in a pot set, but I've seen these in Walmart by themselves. So you can go to the store and pick one of these up and not have to worry about always having like mesh bags or some kind of bag to do your Yoni steaming if you're going to create your own herbal mix instead of buying it pre-mixed from someone. And so that is Yoni steaming. Again, like let it steep, let it sit. Like once you take your herbs out and you take it upstairs, I would say let it sit for 5-10 minutes so that it cools down, because you do not want to like burn your lady parts. You don't want to burn them off. I would say test the water with your elbow. Not your fingers. Don't ever test water with your fingers. That's not an accurate test of how hot or how cold something is. So you want to test it with your elbow or your forearm, and just make sure that if it's warm enough or not too hot for that part of your body, then you should be good. You put the pot in, you take your underwear off, you sit on the toilet, you wrap a blanket around you, and you have 20, 30, 45 minutes of meditation time, journaling time, catch up on TV, whatever you want to do in that time that you're sitting there. Just make sure that you sit there. And again, when you get up, you are going to feel so much better. Like you will instantly feel like your vagina opening up, and just welcoming all of that herbal goodness into your body. It will relax you. Some people have said that like it's relaxed their bladder and they've like peed and couldn't control it. That's fine. Especially if you're using some of those herbs that are muscle relaxants. So that's fine. It's okay. It's not unnormal. But just, it's a way to spend time with yourself. It's a way to show your Yoni a whole bunch of love. And again, the first time I did it, I fell in love, and I was like, oh wait, can I do this every day? Like, when can I do this? And I did more research. And, you know, there's nothing that says you can't do it every day. Some people do it 2 to 3 times a week. Some people do it in preparation for their cycle. Some people do it like right after their cycle goes off. Again, the full moon is a great time to do it, because it's a great time to release all the shit you got stored in your womb. So that's just one tool that you can use along with the herbal baths. And the last tool that I want to talk about is stones and crystals. So as you can see, again, I stay stoned up. Today I specifically put on my orange stones, and I have orange in my muumuu for today because orange is the color of the sacral chakra. And so I'm gonna grab my journal. I'm going to get into 4 stones that are good for the sacral chakra. And so moonstone is one, and I actually have a piece of moonstone somewhere in here. Oh, on my altar. So moonstone is one. This is my piece of moonstone, and moonstone can open an underactive sacral chakra or soothe an overactive sacral chakra. So whatever you have going on with your womb, moonstone is a great all-purpose stone to meditate with. Also orange and coral calcite. So that would be the bottom, I guess, bracelet that I have on, the one that's a whole bunch of different colors. That has orange and coral calcite in it, and it brings positive energy into the womb. It enhances creativity. It balances your emotion, and it cleanses and energizes both your root and sacral chakra. And I originally purchased it because I am doing some root chakra work. I need to balance mine out, and so that is why I have this bracelet, but it is also very, very good for your sacral chakra. Citrine is amazing. I sold my citrine, so I do not have one to show you all, but it transmutes, dissipates, and grounds negative energy. So it's going to take that negative energy that's stored in your room. It's going to transmute it. It's going to change it. And it's going to dissipate, and it's going to ground that energy and turn that energy into something that's going to protect your womb. So it's changing the energy into something from something that's bad for you to something that's good for you. And it transforms negative thoughts and feelings into positive ones. So citrine is really good to work with if you do a lot of negative self-talk, negative thinking. It's something that you would want to meditate with. It's something that you would want to carry around, stick it in your bra, and just, let it work with you to help you transform those negative thoughts into positive thoughts. And it stimulates all chakras, which is good. So if you have an underactive sacral chakra, citrine is really good for stimulating that and getting it open. It's also good, since we're trying to get the sacral chakra open, to release all of the negative energy stored. It's good for releasing that energy, and it's going to take that negative bullshit that you got from that fuck nigga and transmute it into something that's going to protect you and protect your womb. And the last one is orange carnelian, and that was the top bracelet that I have on. That's orange carnelian. It is an important crystal used for love and fertility. It is associated with the fertile menstrual blood of the goddess Isis. I love Isis. And it protects the sacral chakra. So it is a protective tool. And it's really great for self-love. Like, if you need to work on loving yourself more, loving your womb more, orange carnelian is really great for that. It is great for fertility, and not just in creating babies, but fertility of the mind and creating really good ideas that you need and can use. And so those are the 4 stones or crystals that I would recommend to work with to clear out that stored fuck nigga in your sacral chakra. And that is kind of the end of the video. I have covered everything. If you have any questions, again, you can hit me up on Twitter at TrayMoonGoddess. If you would like for me to create you a herbal mix, I am willing to do that. You can hit me up on kitchenwitch216.com. Even just questions, anything, always feel free to hit me up. I'm always here to answer any questions, and I am out.